Wow, what an incredible morning I've had so far. Got up a little bit after 2. Thought I'd go to bed early last night so I could get extra sleep. I woke up the first time, it was only a little after midnight, but I thank God I fell back to sleep at least for a couple more hours almost. Anyway, it's been an incredible journey that I've been on, and as I was in my meditation, prayer, and contemplation this morning in the atrium, I didn't go to the meditation room today. I stayed outside under the almost full moon. And I mean, there was probably 10 or 20 different directions I could have gone this morning with all the information that was flooding to me, and just the direction Spirit was leading me and guiding me and opening me up to see greater and greater realities. I mean, I should write them down sometimes when I get in one of those spaces where the ideas are just flowing as fast as they were today. And I had to pick one, so what I picked as my title today, of course they all are ninth wave videos, but it's Overcoming My Incredible Ignorance. And I wrote, the gift, yes, the gift of the legal actions that take my home has forced me to continue my education. As I learn more, I realize how ignorant I have been, even when I thought I had so many things figured out. I'm realizing that no matter what I know, there's always more to learn. Indeed, there is. There's always more to learn. And that's one of the beauties of life. It gives us so many opportunities, and so many possibilities, so many things to explore. It's actually good that we're able to start fresh with new lives and not remember sometimes, although I've bemoaned that situation more than once in my life, actually numerous times, wanting to know what I've already learned in previous lives. But the soul keeps choosing these amazing journeys in apparent linear time, although I do believe, as we discussed yesterday, that it's circular, or as many corrected me, and I totally agree, spiraler. It goes up in spirals. We go around and around, and each time we come back to that point, we see it from a different perspective. But I've been being not only challenged, but provided a lot of information. A lot of information about contracts, about law, about standing, about courts, about the banking system, about the Illuminati, about what's going on in our world, some of which a lot of people that are, quote, spiritual still don't want to know about because they think this isn't spiritual. Boy, are they wrong. Boy, that's just sitting in your ignorance. But if that's where you want to sit and you're comfortable there, sit there. I'd probably be sitting there too to some degree, because certainly it's the discomfort of the circumstances that I face that forces me, pushes me, pushes me to continue digging deeper and going further down the rabbit hole and discovering the things that are hidden there. And they're not, believe me, the more I'm learning, the more I'm realizing very little is what I thought it was. Even in the areas where I thought I knew, oh my God, there's so much that I was missing. So much that I could not see because I thought I already did. And life is forcing me. Life is forcing me. The circumstances that are surrounding me is forcing me to go deeper and deeper and deeper, to learn more, to spend hours, hours upon hours listening to workshops and seminars on various subjects of the economic system that we're involved in, and how to find remedy. And there's always remedy. That's what I'm learning. There's always remedy. And it's not just one remedy. There's a multitude of remedies. Some may be better than others, but there's a multitude of remedies, and there's always remedies within the law. And I've learned that if you pay attention to what the Illuminati is saying and isn't saying, there's always clues given as to how we can redeem ourselves. And Our souls are being restored as this free wave of freedom is sweeping the planet, as we're in the photon belt, and the light is becoming thick almost. It's almost materializing. Light being matter. That's what a photon is. It's a particle of light. And we're in the photon belt, and people are waking up, and the Illuminati is waking up, and everybody is waking up. Yeah, there are still some people hanging on. Some of the attorneys and the lawyers and well, but same difference almost. The judges and the politicians, they're waking up too, even if they're trying to dig their heels in because their nice little Ponzi scheme is being discovered, and the remedies for it are being discovered and utilized, and the writing is on the wall, folks. I mean, forget it. They cannot do their New World Order plan because there's just too much light flooding in. Yes, there's an awful lot of ignorant people still on the planet, but for everybody that awakens, thousands and thousands of people are pulled higher in their frequency. And man, when lawyers and judges are starting to issue really wonderful decisions. I mean, I just came across a decision this morning that I read as I came to the computer of a federal appeal court, federal level appeal court, where they ruled against the banks because the banks had no lawful standing. And I'm telling you, folks, in almost all instances in commercial loans, the banks or the people that are trying to foreclose or to auction off people's houses, they do not have lawful standing, and it's only the ignorance of the people that allows them to get away with what they've been getting away with. They've broken so many of their own rules, and when they're called on it, yes, it's a troublesome process because there's still some people that are still trying to protect the old ways and maintain the status quo. They're still trying to do that, but more and more I'm getting information that comes to me of people standing up and winning against the injustices that are built into the system. Because I want to tell you, God is involved in all of this stuff that's going on the planet. I mean, majorly involved. And whose side is God on? None of us, but God is on the side of truth. God is on the side of justice. God is on the side of mercy. God is on the side of grace and love and freedom. God is on the side of the liberation of the human soul. God is on the side of the restoration of planet Earth to its pristine beauty and even beyond. God is on the side of the massive awakening and the renaissance that's occurring on this planet. God is right in the middle of it in each of us, not out there somewhere helping us, but right inside of us, awakening us from inside of our own heart, from inside of our own soul and spirit, our own being. The essence of who we are is coming alive. And as it comes alive, it changes the whole world. It changes everything. It's exciting. It's exciting to discover ignorance. It's exciting to discover how stupid I've been. Why? Because knowing the truth sets me free. Ultimately, no matter what happens, they cannot ultimately take anything that's mine away from me because it's mine. It's mine. Now, does mine mean a material possession, a specific material possession? Does mine mean a specific lady in a relationship that ultimately might manifest for me? Does mine mean any specific framework of possessions or of relationships? No. Mine is unlimited potential. Mine is unlimited, extraordinary wealth beyond measure. We each of us have an account in heaven on earth that is absolutely unlimited in its potential for wealth and creation. Unlimited. Do you understand what that means? We think we live on a limited planet with limited and finite resources. That's one of the things that the materialists, when they look at the world, that's what they see. They see limitation, limitation. restrictions everywhere. Well, we can't go here, we can't, because they're not taking into consideration the spiritual element. When you see it from the spiritual perspective, it is absolutely, incredibly unlimited in every direction and every possibility. Every possibility. And the divine grace that's being poured out is allowing us to see it and to wake up. This is a beautiful thing that's happening, folks. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, how could I come out of a period of time where I spend almost an hour in the atrium under the full moon, and my God, all this wealth of ideas and thoughts and beautiful feelings and connections, I'm experiencing them. How could I be down when I come out of something like that? How could I be discouraged? Well, if I want to look at certain things, as I study the rules of Florida rules of court, even for the appeals, which is what I'm looking at right now, I mean, my God, they put so many hindrances in there, so many things that they could use to disqualify you. Because did you know, for example, did you know that the person who files an appeal, called the appellant, did you know that they are responsible for the performance of the lower court? They're responsible to make sure the lower court does what it's supposed to do. Now, how can I, as a respondent, be made responsible for something that I really don't have any control over? Or at least I think I don't. Maybe Spirit says, you think you don't have control. How do you know you don't have control? And that's another thing that I'm learning. But there's so much information being poured in. Some of it seems contradictory. Some of it I still don't quite comprehend. I still don't quite get it. But it's amazing. It's amazing the things that I didn't know that I thought I did. Amazing to me. And I'll bet you I'm not the only one on this planet that might have this wealth of discovery going on in his or her life, in your life. I bet you might be having it too, or you wouldn't be listening to this, because so many of us are waking up. Spread this idea that we have incredible ignorance that we're overcoming. Each of us has that. Each of us has that if we're willing to go beyond our comfort zone, if we're willing to take the time to reprioritize our lives so that learning becomes a key factor. Not thinking that we know all the answers. My God, that's a prison. That's such a terrible prison that we put ourselves in when we think we have it all figured out and we're comfortable in our little box. Oh my God, there's so much more. Let me encourage you, my friends, to reach out and learn by helping somebody else. So many people right now are helping me because I'm in need, and there's people willing to help in a little way here and a little bit there. Some are giving monetary gifts to help me with this thing. I don't know what all the costs, financial costs, are going to be. I have no clue. I know what they've already are, and they've been covered, but I don't know what lies in the future. I don't know where that is. And I got another little $10 gift yesterday in the mail from a very good friend. And every one of these gifts I appreciate. Every one of them. Whether they're larger in 3 figures, or whether they're small in just 2 figures, or in a couple of cases just $5. But every little bit counts. And I'm not asking for money. I'm not, because I am incredibly wealthy. I don't know how to tap into it all yet, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to uncover and utilize my own wealth. My own wealth, which is my creativity, which is my effort at learning. And I'm encouraging you folks, be willing to learn, even if it's helping someone else learn. It's going to help you. Be part of this. Be connected to this, because you are. I bless you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day today. Yes, yes, yes.